out. Yeah, Brian, give us another one.
Okay, so another one I watched, this one's a feature. It's called A Tiny Ripple of Hope. And this will, in fact, restore your hope for humanity. It's about this guy, Jahmal Cole is his name. And he is one of those guys that just makes you like, you see what he's doing, and you see how he's enhancing society in the world. He's based out of the south side of Chicago. And you just, and after you watch the movie, you look at yourself and you're like, I'm a complete waste of a life. I'm a complete waste product. There's nothing that I can do that will compare with the good that this guy is doing with the world. And basically what he does is he's just out of the goodness of his heart. He's not for no financial remuneration or anything. He just he takes these kids from the south side of Chicago, various high school age kids, and he basically just tries to open their world up to them. He takes them on field trips. He takes them to museums, and just shows them that there's more to life beyond their however many blocks radius where they live. And he shows them opportunities that he may not even have known, or they may not even have known were open to them. Things like, they do mention, I mean, they interview a lot of people. It's a standard documentary in a lot of ways, which, Talking Heads and all that. Rahm Emanuel makes an appearance. Lena Waithe makes an appearance. So there's some relatively big names in there. But they say, I forget which interviewee it is, says, he wants to show that these kids, there's more to life than being like a rapper or a basketball player, because those are the idols or the role models that they grow up with in this area. And he wants to basically wants to show them that there's more to life, there's to open up their world. And he does. And he faces, intense, opposition with the challenges of running a nonprofit and fundraising and all this sort of stuff. There's one scene where he's literally on the street corner in downtown Chicago, like asking people if they want to sign up to be a volunteer. Like he's doing it himself as the head of this organization. Like he's just so into it that his marriage ends up suffering to some degree. His finances end up suffering to some degree. So it's really just one of those things where you look at him and you're like, damn, we need more people like that in this world. And I know, hats off to him. I know I don't have that kind of resolve in me to do that. I wish I did. And it just makes you look at society, and it gives you a tiny ripple of hope in the good of the world. And it's really very uplifting and good. I mean, as far as like a film goes, it's fairly standard documentary, like I said. There's no groundbreaking visual technique or anything, but it's more like, it's one of those movies that's kind of unreviewable because the guy's so good, the story is so good. I mean, you can't, if you say that it sucks, like there's really nothing about it that sucks.
Yeah, what kind of bastard do you have to be to say
right? Right. What kind of cold black heart do you have to have? But you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where if it's like where you can't really it's critic proof basically.
Yeah, it's hard to argue it. I mean, yeah.
But it's good. I mean, if you're looking for, and I think I say it in my review, like, or I think I said I don't know if it was this review or they all kind of run together after a while. But whereas there's so much misery in the world right now and so much hardship, like the fact that this guy is out there makes me feel good in humanity. And I guess that was the point.
Yeah.
There's so many films like that deal with altruistic subjects that are unreviewable that you feel like a complete asshole if you're if you're like, okay, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, and it's like, and you want to be impartial, but but at the same time, you're just like,
let's be human too.
You can't,
Yeah, let's talk about bad movies about being human and being self-sacrifice. And who's got one? Anyway. Facetiously, I would say, well, isn't the government there? Aren't they supposed to be doing that? But it's just Oh, go ahead.
And that's no, I was gonna say that's part of it. That's part of what they say. Like there's so many roadblocks to doing something like he's doing. I mean, he's got a skeleton crew of maybe like 4 or 5 people that work with him. I don't know if they're getting paid, if this is their full-time job or whatever, but he's all into it. Like a lot, it's mostly his own money, you know, and just the challenges of dealing with fundraising and nonprofits and that whole world and that whole all that bureaucratic red tape that you have to traverse to get a
Just to help
foundation off the ground, right? To get a foundation off the ground, no matter how good your intentions are, the fact of the matter is that there are these, you know, you have to sort of not kiss up is the wrong word, but you have to kind of, you know, make nice with the people that hold the purse strings and the permits and all that sort of stuff. So it does touch upon the difficulty in doing that.